Good afternoon, and welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to our very first museum exhibition type thing. I decided to do this instead of trying to include it in a normal episode. So briefly, I'll just take you guys through the museum and show you all of the exhibits that we have at the moment. So, starting in the library, we do have a number of necklaces. We're starting to get there. It looks like we have all the 9 Divines necklaces. So, and then we do have a little ring right there. We don't have a lot of rings outside of the Daedric ones. I am planning on doing the rest of the Daedric quests fairly soon. But the library is starting to flesh out a bit. This area especially, we have a number of books added over in this on this side. And then also in these display cases, we have quite a bit. Those are all the more unique ones, I guess you could say. And then up here we have a couple of our treasure maps that we've uncovered, and then up at the very top level of the library we have a few different books here that we've got added in. A decent little library. So, and yeah, so express elevator going down. I'm not going to take you guys down to the cellar because I don't believe that we have anything down there just yet. In here we do have the Bloodworm helm, but we don't have any of the rest of these just yet. And then we have the full Legacy of the Dragonborn quest completed. So we've got all of those pieces. And we've got our guild hall and stuff, so the excavations are there. Actually, if we look at our plaque here, we currently have 594 items on display. So, here in the main hall, I actually like this room a lot. Some of these displays, you'll notice, are fairly close to being completed. We've got a bunch of the daggers and stuff. Enough to make it feel like, kind of lively in here. And then over here, of course, we've already completed the Dragonborn expansion. So we got Murak's mask right there. And then
it's good to be
over here, we've just got the Fist of Randagolf and the Movarth's boots. But then we also have some staves and stuff on these. We don't have any Elder Scrolls yet. That's okay. We'll need to push forward with the main quest fairly soon, I think. Maybe so. But we'll go ahead and go to the right here, and we'll go to the Hall of Lost Empires. So in here, of course we don't have as much in the Hall of Lost Empires as some of the areas, but we do have like the Black Ice and our Sunblessed Shield. Most of this stuff is pretty empty. We haven't started exploring much of the Snow Elf things and whatnot. We do have the Visage of Mazoon though. And if we pop down here, it's mostly pretty barren at the moment. Oh, this is Foral Host. That's kind of interesting that we got a body in here. I hadn't caught that because I haven't been in here since we did Foral Host. And you'll notice our Mirak display. Basically the Dragonborn display that we got for completing Dragonborn. We've got that there. And if we pop on over the Daedric exhibit hall. Now this one's actually a bit more fleshed out. We have the Mysterium Zarxus. And then over here, we've got the Fork of Horripulation. Some of these things, of course, we don't have, like the Grey Cowl and Neb Crescent Blade of Treachery. That is actually just an extra that I had of one of the masks. I just put it up there temporarily. And then for the ancient stuff, the ancient Daedric stuff, we have the Cuirass and the boots and the Face of Terror. We've got our Scourge and our Bow of Shadows. Murak's equipment actually goes in here. We don't have the skeleton key yet. But over here we've got our black books that we've acquired, which is just the 3 of them so far. We need to get the Ogma Infinium. We need to push forward with the main quest, honestly. And ours to restore.
There are so many books I'd like to, but nowadays I don't even have time to.
And this area is like very well fleshed out. We just need the Mask of Clavicus Vile. You know what? Originally I was thinking about exploring Labyrinthian next episode, but we might do Clavicus Vile. It's very, very tempting, actually. Then over here we've got some of the standing stones. I've noticed some of them don't show up, oddly enough. And then our shrines, which I know I've activated all 9 of the shrines, but they also haven't all been showing up. Now the culture and art gallery, we've just got a few paintings in this area, and we've got a little bit of the Falmer stuff. This stuff just kind of gets added over time as you do, I guess, Falmer things. I don't know. And then of course paintings are going to go up here. Then over here we've got a bunch of the Forsworn and Giant stuff, which seems to also get fleshed out. And then the Reeklings of Solstheim. We've got the Reekling Rider up here. Now the Natural to Science exhibit is another one I'm pretty happy with the way it's coming along. It's fleshing out very well. We have a number of the fairies already on display. You can actually see them sitting around in here. Another one back there. And you can actually jump into this little area. In addition, over here we have both the displays, which are spiders and chorus. And then over here we have all the different bugs in a jar. Oddly enough, though, you don't really see them on display out there. It's just like a landscape and bugs in a jar. So, then over here we have wolves and elk, which I actually need to upgrade or update Legacy of the Dragonborn, because it has been like a week and a half since I updated it. So I need to do that after this video. Over here we have a Sabertooth and the Grizzly display. We have our mud crabs and Horker, and then our Falmer display. And over here we're actually missing the chicken display still, because if you guys, I'm sure you guys are aware, but chickens are like impossible to ever kill in Skyrim, because you'll get a super bounty. And then over here we got goats and trolls and hag ravens and spriggans, and we have a couple of the dragons. Of course, we've got, oh, what's his face from Legacy of, or from the Dragonborn expansion. And we have a couple just standard dragons on display. And then our fish exhibit is coming along fairly nicely. We've got a fair number of these. We've got, it's probably about half of them, of the fish in a jars. And then of course we have our giant and mammoth display. Our tide pool display, we have a couple, that starfish and that shell. Those are actually extremely difficult to find, might I add. This I don't believe that anything actually gets displayed here. And then our gemstones are coming along fairly well. We have a fair number of these, because I always keep my eye out for them. So, and then into the Hall of Oddities. This place is another area that has quite a bit packed into it. You'll notice our strange jars. We've got quite a bit of these. There's still a lot of those left. And then here in the center we did get our display for the Spoils of Adventure, which all these displays are basically just milestones that you acquire. We've got some of the Jade figures, and then over here we don't have any of the gold Dibella variant statues. We've got the Imperial Warhorn and the Storm Spoon of Assassination. Yeah, there's a Torque of Labyrinthian. I know there's stuff for Labyrinthian, for sure. Deathhound's Collar, Horn of Jurgen Windcaller. We've got a few of the special coins, the collectible coins. And then over here, there's those gold plate gauntlets that we got a few episodes back. Gold plate helmet, gold candlestick, the chalice, or the goblet, the dragon gold coin.
Oh.
And then our ancient Nordic pickaxe goes up here, actually, surprisingly. And because I was wondering where that went, like a couple episodes back, I was like, where did that go? I didn't realize it got put on display in the museum. Galaxy Sword and Jato Sword, and then the Oblivion Dagger. And over here we've got our Tomahawk. Our music instrument section is actually fleshing out fairly well. These are all the unique instruments. And we've got some different little jars and odded, like just little miscellaneous little things. And we've got a few of the statues so far, and some of the nice goblets and drinks and stuff from around Skyrim. And then next up we have the upper gallery, which this place we do have the entire Galdur display, because of course we finished out that quest. So that's where our Galdur ring and amulet and all that stuff goes. Over here we have the Tiber Septum Murak Reborn, all that stuff. Basically this stuff is the stuff that's on display down in the dining room. This is where the actual armor gets stored. From the Legacy of the Dragonborn quest. And the Lunar Steel Sword, a couple of those things. And then the Lunar Iron stuff right there that we've picked up so far. And then here in our armory, our ebony display I think is probably the most fleshed out. You know, so there's weapons all over the place. And the armor, full set of that and everything. Some of the stuff I've noticed, now the Solstheim, or the Stalrum, sorry, armor is coming along alright. I know that some of this stuff, it's weird because I know I've got pieces to it. Like glass, I know I have glass armor and helmet. I know I do. But it's not here. So, and this is stuff that just automatically gets added here, I guess from your storage. Like the Orcish helmet, I know I've got those. The Dwarven, we've got all of that stuff. I think these look really cool as they get fleshed out and everything. Some of the stuff, like that Dwarven rod, is like behind the armor, which I find kind of strange, but overall I think this stuff looks really awesome, you know, as it gets fleshed out and stuff, because it's just like weapons for days. And then we have all the different armor for the different cities. Oops, didn't mean to fall down there. And then over here, we've got the tribunal masks, which we still need a bronze one, it looks like. That's fine. And iron, I know we have iron armor lying around. Know that for a fact. And steel, and the Falmer stuff I've noticed I can't. I've got the armor and I brought it here and like tried to put it on there and stuff. The Elven Wing, Great Wings Blade. Honestly, I almost think it just, I don't know if this stuff is specific or if it just takes like, oh, this is Elven, let's stick it in this area. I'm not for sure on that. And then last but not least, of course, as you guys know, we do have this Relics of Hyrule display. So we've got, this has really started fleshing out, especially after our last little excursion. You'll notice we have a number of new items on this. And then we've also got pretty much weapons across the board. We have our Fierce Deities set, which I may end up moving some of this stuff around because I know I want the Fierce Deities sword over by the armor and so on, but we'll see as it gets fleshed out. But if we look around the room here, you'll notice there's a number of really great Relics of Hyrule stuff spread around. And of course the art and everything within this mod is absolutely spot on. It's great, great work. And then over here we have Zelda's bow and the Zora's trident. And we have the Armo stuff and Dompe's shovel there. And then in here we have the Kokiri sword. So anyway, that pretty much covers everything. I mean, I know that we have our cape display and like our gold storage, but a lot of that stuff really doesn't change drastically over the course of a few episodes. So I believe that pretty much covers all of our major exhibits that have been rapidly changing. So hopefully, I'll do these probably every like few hundred items that we get on display. So definitely stay tuned for that. And anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. And until next time, do take care, and I hope to see you guys then.